morning. Today we're going to talk about decks, what you might know as far as material choice, what you can do with them, and take a look. I got a couple different decks here that we can check out. This is an armadillo decking. A lot of times they'll call this rhino decking. It has hidden hangers, or hidden clips. I guess they call them rhino clips, so you don't have any screws showing. They have a stainless steel screw, which is a good thing because it doesn't rust and corrode. This was a good use for this house because it had 1.25 inch clearance with the door, so we used clear plexiglass pieces for the joists, glued them to the existing deck, and then we attached the rhino decking or the armadillo deck to that. We had these posts here already, so we had to trim around these. So this is how we trimmed around these posts. Down here you have what they call fascia, which is comes in a 12-inch wide board, cover the edges of your deck. What we got here is a little thing of sealer, which you use to seal all the ends of all the pieces and everywhere that's exposed on this type of decking, because you don't want it to be able to absorb water or whatever. So anywhere that you have the edges on here and anywhere that you cut the ends of the pieces, I can find my finger here, you need to paint that with that paint, and that way that protects it. So that's our rhino decking, our armadillo deck. We're Associated Siding and Remodeling is a rhino deck preferred builder, so you can go to their website and find us on their website. There's not a lot of us in town here, but we're talking Omaha, so check that out. Now we're going to go around to find this other deck. Check out the beautiful scenery on the way. Wow, it's a lovely siding job on here too. Vinyl windows. Oh, here's a deck. Smaller one. We'll look at this one, see what we can do with decks. And we have a bench seat that's movable. Doesn't move around too much around here, but it's kind of a custom way to build things. This is a cedar deck, red cedar, with a custom railing. You don't see too many railings like this around. Got built-in herb box, and look, them herbs are ready to plant. We got a nice little bench around the box. We use car siding to trim it. Car siding's a nice looking way to trim ceilings and different stuff. People really like it. And we got a kind of a custom bench here that sit on it, not sit on it. You don't need benches everywhere on a deck, but sometimes it's nice. This thing usually has flower pots on it more than anything. And we have a partial deck root cover that really makes it nice. It's raining outside. Got wood red cedar shingles on this roof. Got a kind of a built-in cupola. It lets the air get up through so it doesn't gather up in the ceiling of this thing and just sit there. It's pretty ugly up here, but you can kind of see where it's open up in here, and that way it lets the air up through. We stained all the bottom of the plywood and stuff before we put it on. We we want to put a car siding ceiling on here, we can always do that. With cedar, you can get hidden clips, but normally use really good screws so they don't rust. Now this decking has been replaced probably once. The decking and the floor joist got replaced. All the railing, the flower boxes, benches, roof, all that is 25 years old. You keep your deck steeled, it'll last a long time. The beauty of cedar is you can get it 25 years later, so you can replace just your floor and leave everything else, and then it all matches. Where that's kind of a good trick sometimes with the composite stuff, but you got to seal this. We're getting to where it's coming right up on. I'm going to seal this here pretty quick. This floor is probably 3 or 4 years old, and stain didn't take as well as it could have because it was kind of cold almost too early in the year, and the wood was a little too new. So otherwise, you wait till it gets 8 months or a year old, it will take your, what I use is total wood preservative stain. That's an oil-based stain. It works really well, and a lot of times you can do these. I did this deck, it lasted 8-9 years before I ever had to do it again, and periodically you just gotta keep up with it. This roof is, I'd say this thing's 21 years old, and we sealed it. I sealed it once upon a time with TWP, and they like that, so it'll last quite a bit longer. So that's a little bit something about decks. So hopefully this has been somewhat informative. If you have any questions or you need a deck built, call Associated Siding and Remodeling. We'd be happy to talk to you. We're in Omaha, Nebraska. Our number's 402-680-5412. Be happy to hear from you.